Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into this deep, personal story, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Your support truly helps us share these heartfelt tales. Let's get started. That rainy Tuesday afternoon in Seattle, I was busy sorting through old, damp boxes in the garage. The air was cool, smelling of wet earth. I was searching for the winter decorations. Suddenly, a leather-bound journal slipped out from beneath a pile of blankets. My hands froze. It was Alex's. A simple, dark brown notebook from our early days of dating. Maybe 10 years ago. I remembered him always carrying it. My heart started pounding. Should I open it? Reading someone's private journal felt like crossing a serious line. But the curiosity, after a decade of marriage, was too strong. I felt a small, guilty whisper urging me on. If he hides nothing, why is this still hidden? I flipped it open. The first entry was not a poem or a silly thought. It hit me like a thunderclap. It was about a secret. A painful, private family betrayal that had completely shaped him. He wrote about fear, about shame, and about building a new life with no shadows. 10 years. 10 years we shared a bed, a home, a life. Yet, this huge part of his past was locked away. Our cozy suburban house, which I always thought was solid, suddenly felt incredibly fragile. I closed the journal, my hands shaking. I slowly walked out of the cold garage and into the warm kitchen. Alex was already there, brewing his favorite dark roast coffee. The steam rose from the cup, like a curtain of unspoken words. "Honey, you're home early," he said, turning around with his usual calm, kind smile. "Yeah, just needed a break from the clutter." I forced a casual grin and sat down at the island counter. My mind was swirling with questions, but I couldn't speak them. I just watched him, wondering how a man so close could keep such a heavy secret. That night, lying in bed, the ceiling fan whirring softly above, I couldn't sleep. Alex was breathing steadily beside me. But now, I felt a huge wall between us. Not made of brick, but of silence and a lie of omission. The next morning, the sun filtered gently through the blinds. I made our weekend ritual. Pancakes with fresh blueberries. Alex came downstairs, smelling of aftershave, wearing his old college t-shirt. Everything seemed perfectly normal. "What's on your mind, babe?" he asked, seeing my quiet face as he poured syrup on his stack. I hesitated. This was the moment of truth. I pushed the pancakes aside and gently placed the leather journal on the table. "Alex," I said softly but clearly, "we need to talk about this." His face instantly paled. The heavy ceramic fork clattered onto his plate. "Where did you find it?" he whispered. "That doesn't matter right now. What matters is, why hide it from me? For 10 years. Alex sat back down, rubbing his temples hard. He took a long, shaky breath. "It's about my dad," he finally said. his voice low and cracking. He had an affair. He simply left us when I was 20. My mom struggled alone in Chicago, raising me and my younger brother. It was a terrible, painful time. He looked up at me, his eyes full of old pain. I blamed myself, Emily. I truly thought if I was stronger or smarter, I could have saved the family. I never told you because I didn't want your pity. I didn't want to burden our life together with my father's mistakes. Tears welled in my eyes. Not of anger, but sadness. Alex, you carried this alone for 10 years. We are partners. You should have trusted me. He squeezed my hand. Warm and calloused from working at our coffee shop. I know now, he admitted. Forgive me. That journal. It was my only way to process it before you. Just a week later, the conflict deepened. Alex got a call from his brother. Dad's back in town. He wants to meet. Says he's changed. He owns a small construction firm now, and is promising a full reconciliation. Alex hung up, pacing the living room floor. The Pacific Northwest rain was pattering steadily on the windows. What do I do, Em? I can't face him. The wounds were clearly still raw. I stood up and faced him. You confront him. Not for him, but for your own closure. When he shook his head, worried about the old pain, I insisted. We go together. As a team. Reluctant but resolute. He finally agreed. The meeting was set at a simple diner in Tacoma, the kind with greasy spoons and the smell of hot coffee and apple pie. Dad sat in a booth, his graying hair and salt and pepper beard making him look older and smaller than Alex's memories. Son, good to see you, Dad said, trying to be charming. And this must be your lovely wife. Alex was stiff. He cut the small talk quickly. Why now, Dad? Dad sighed deeply. Regrets eat at you, Alex. I lost everything after leaving. My business failed. My second marriage ended. Now I just want to make amends. I thought, perhaps I could help with your coffee shop. A substantial loan, no strings attached. I watched Alex's jaw clench. You think money fixes it? Mom cried for years. We had to struggle just to get by. I built my entire life without you. Dad leaned in, his voice desperate. Let me prove it, son. Sign this paper. It's for a small ownership share in my construction firm. It's for you. I quickly whispered to Alex. He's desperate. But is this sincerity? Or just another move? Alex stood up, his chair scraping the floor. No deal, Dad. But here's the way to make amends. Talk to Mom first. Heal that wound. Then, maybe we can talk. Driving home. The dark evergreens were blurring past the car window. Alex gripped the wheel tightly. Thanks for being there, Em. I smiled, putting my hand over his. Always. That moment was a turning point. Alex finally opened up more. Talking about his deep fear of failing me. Just like his dad had failed his mother. I shared my own scars, a tough childhood in Portland. My single mom working double shifts. We bonded deeper than ever before. Seattle's famous fog seemed to lift, metaphorically, from our relationship. But the real twist came unexpectedly. I was digging online, looking for basic information about his dad's company. Just to be sure. I found public court records. They showed that Dad's firm was in deep debt from terrible, bad business deals. He hadn't returned to make amends. He had targeted Alex to bail him out, using family guilt as leverage. The records showed his pattern of deception. I waited until after hours at the shop. The espresso machines were humming low. I showed the evidence to Alex. He's using you, Alex. Just like before. Dad showed up the next day. He begged. Just a signature, son. I'm desperate. Alex's eyes were full of both anger and deep hurt. He took the paper, the legal document offering a share in the failing firm, and slowly ripped it in half. Out. We are done. Unless you face Mom honestly, and truly start to fix the damage you caused. Get therapy. Call Mom. Incredibly, Dad did it. He started therapy and called Alex's mother. Weeks later, we hosted a difficult family dinner in our home. There were awkward laughs over the clam chowder. But Mom finally offered a tentative forgiveness. Healing had begun. Alex was shining proud and strong. He had stood up for himself and his future. Months passed. Our coffee shop thrived. And we were even expanding to a second location. And then, the biggest news. A baby was on the way. Alex's hand rested on my belly during the ultrasounds. Our future was brighter than we had ever imagined. One night, stargazing in the backyard, Alex held me close. You saved me, Em, he whispered. I laughed, looking up at the clear Seattle sky. No, honey. We saved each other. Reflecting on human nature. Betrayal scars us, but vulnerability and honesty truly heal. Alex's hidden truth taught us the real power of trust in marriage and family. We are all flawed, yet we are all capable of incredible growth. If you've ever had a secret change your life for the better, share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more heartwarming tales. See you next time.